Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a first look at the Sony ECM-W2BT. This is a Bluetooth digital wireless microphone system for Sony's latest and greatest cameras. The beauty being that with this Lav system, you do not need to connect anything to the camera other than this receiver. Now, it works with a limited array of models, basically any of, again, the latest and greatest models in the APS-C full frame and even point and shoot line. I'll get to compatibility in a moment. And basically the idea is the same as the digital shotgun mic that launched alongside the A7R4. And the beauty here was that no wires, you just mount it on its hot shoe. And then beyond that, no power, except for the fact that it was being powered by the camera itself. In this case, you will need to charge these. You can see the micro USB ports are exposed right now. About 3 hours runtime is what Sony's specifying on these. But the killer application, of course, beyond the fact that no cables, is the fact that we're getting audio digitally without any conversion from analog straight to your SD card. So the same thing this does, these do as well, and that is impressive. The price on this, $229 US. I'll include a link in the description. And unlike most of the stuff I cover, this is actually available and in stock. Now, just take these off. This is the receiver. This is the actual Lav. And unfortunately, the demo unit I have did not come with the windscreen. I'm going to see if I can get one, though, because it'll be really tough to test this outside without a windscreen. You can see we've got two LEDs. One is going to tell you whether or not it's linked with the base station, the transmitter. The other is just to give you a power charging indicator. And then we also have a jack here for hardwiring a Lav in the event you want to use that, as opposed to having this clipped to your lapel. You get the idea. So how does this work? I've pretty much already outlined it. You're going to go ahead and take the receiver, which you can see some of the controls that it has here, and you're going to mount that on your camera of choice. Now, from what I understand, of course, this works with the ZV-1, it works with the A7R4, it works with the A1, the A9 Mark II, the A7C, I believe the A6600, of course, the ZV-E10, which is essentially the APS-C version of the Z1. All of those cameras are going to work. I'll only be testing it, though, with what you see here. Again, the ZV-1, A7R4, of course, the A7 Mark IV, I have the A7R2, I have the FX3 I'm recording on. I presume it also works with the A7S3 as well, and the FX3, but we'll see. So basically, as I mentioned, you charge up both of these units using micro USB, and then you just pop it on. So, like so, it'll just pocket on to the hot shoe, and as long as you have a charge, which these units do, you're good to go. No cable connection. Now, in the event you're using this with a camera that does not or rather isn't supported for digital transmission. So let's say my A7R2, that's a good example. That's where you're going to use the analog connection, which you may have noticed right here. I already opened it up. So you do have analog connectivity. That's where it very much reminds me of the digital shotgun, which in my opinion is the best shotgun for Sony cameras that actually support it, because again, no power necessary, no charging. I mean, they couldn't pull that off with this because we do have wireless transmission going on, obviously. On the actual microphone, on-off button, and then your ATT levels, 0, 10, 20 dBs, and of course, the charging port as mentioned. And like I said, you can clip this on. I will be testing out, seeing how it works, but because I don't have that windscreen, again, outdoor use is not going to be ideal. But everything that I've seen and more importantly heard from these at that $230 price point does make them compelling. Now, how compelling is this system compared to something like the microphone systems I've covered in the past, whether we're talking about the Rode Wireless Go 2 or something like Comica's Boom series, or of course Hollyland's Lark system. I mean, I've covered so many different units. Obviously, if you're not using this on a supported Sony camera, they are going to be less compelling. I think the beauty is the wireless, being able to do pure digital to the SD card through the hot shoe is the beauty of this system, as long as the quality is on par with all of the competing microphones out there. Because from a price point perspective, I think they are in the right category at $230. I think that's right in the center of where pricing is for all the units that I've mentioned, somewhere between $200 and $300. So affordable it is, versatile. certainly, again, better for Sony users in this window right here that my hands are surrounding. So we'll see how it works with the models that support it natively as well as analog. And I will give you feedback, and I'll let you know. You like what I did there, feedback? I'll let you know whether or not this really does deliver a superior experience to those other competing microphone manufacturers, some of which, like Rode, that specifically specialize in mics. I anticipate that it's going to be very good. And again, the convenience factor, I think, is really the selling point of this microphone system. And I've been waiting eagerly to test it out. I feel like it hasn't gotten that much coverage. And if you are a Sony user with a compatible camera, I don't know, if this works out, it's pretty much a no-brainer, kind of like the digital shotgun mic that I instantly picked up and have zero regrets about. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.